Hello and welcome to another part of the overall look of the Retro Duo Portable. This part is going to be our final thoughts, me and Chris's thoughts of the Retro Duo Portable. So without further ado, let's get started. You have your total of face buttons, which feel really clicky and over their overall length, and they feel like a really good Super Nintendo controller. Over here you have your D-pad, which is a standard.
Your standard plus pad.
Your standard plus pad feels really good in the hand. You're starting to select your contrast button. Down at the bottom, you have your volume slider right here, and up top we have your LNR buttons, your cartridge door, and your headphone jack and AV cable hookup. On the side, we have a controller the controller adapter, so you can plug in this little dongle. Basically, this little dongle is a Super Nintendo adapter to plug in Super Nintendo games in Super Nintendo controllers into the adapter. That's why this is a replica of the Super Famicom controller face buttons, basically. So on the other side is where you have your DC in, your AC adapter plug-in, and your power switch. And on the back is where the magic happens. Right here is this little ion lithium battery right in the back, which charges the unit for about 8 hours straight. And it's
8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours. It's just one of the best looking portable systems that I've ever even held. So what games does it play, basically? So here we have standard. Let's Skylanders out of that, and here we have Metroid, the standard NES games. Super Nintendo games. This is Super Mario All Stars plus Super Mario World.
Now, with the Nintendo games, you're getting a special adapter in order to play these.
Yeah, which we'll get to it in a sec. Oh yeah. Game Boy games, and we're going to do a little test subject on the Lincoln Williams show if this will work with the Super Game Boy. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, basically. So we're going to try this out. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we're just going to give it a try.
See what happens.
Just to see what happens. If it does work, then we're going to be totally happy about it. Yeah, we're going to be doing a couple of gameplay tests, and also it can play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. This is my copy this time of The Legend of Zelda and the Minish Cap, basically.
And we both have copies.
And we both have copies of the same game, and we're playing it like crazy. Well, I don't know about Chris. So here's what the adapters look like.
And we have the Super Game Boy.
So the Super Game Boy, yeah, this is the Super Game Boy. This will allow you to play your Game Boy games.
Possibly Game Boy Color. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. And the NES adapter, you already know what this looks like. Here's super big. Here's the pins for the NES port. And
the Game Boy.
Last not least, this is the Super Retro Advanced adapter. This little guy will play your
Game Boy Advance
games, and I'd never even seen. Yeah, so yeah, let's see how this plays. I heard it's a little glitchy on the Retro Duo, the standard Retro Duo at Christopher's house. He has the standard Retro Duo now since I gave him the unit.
And I played my Game Boy Advance games on this little guy right here.
So so we're gonna test this out.
And so far when I tried it on the Retro Duo, the games kind of crash. Maybe like they only work they work sometimes. Like it's not rare when they work. Like they do tend to work, but sometimes they crash.
So, yeah, I was supposed to be getting more games today, but somehow they're not at their location yet. Even though they said it's delivered, but I don't know where they are basically on their location. So I'm gonna go check the post office and see if I can figure out what's going on, basically. So yeah, let's try out. Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing a couple of tests here on the Lake and Williams show. So basically, on the version 1.1 of the Retro Duo portable, is the version 1.1. It doesn't have these concave buttons. It only has these types of buttons, and the A is way over here, and the Y is way over here. So that's the only difference on version 1.0. This is the version 1.2, so it has more compatibility, and it's all of that. So there's one game that Satoshi Matrix said that did not work on the Retro Duo portable, but it actually kind of does on version 2.0, basically. So let's start off with the NES compatibility side with things, and show you its mighty power of the overall tower of the system, basically. Christopher has never played NES games on this unit, so prepare to be amazed. We just basically insert that into the top like so.
And what game shall we try?
We're going to try the number one game that Satoshi Matrix could not get to work on version 1.0 of the Retro Duo, but this is version 2. So let's see if Dragon Warrior will work on this system. So let's plug it into the top like so. Like so. Make sure it's secured in. And yeah, it's a little glitchy, but hold on. Sometimes you gotta pull on it. Yeah, sometimes these games get a little dirty. Yeah, it's a little wobbly, and that's what it looks like. It's huge.
Yeah. You can see on the back it says only compatible with the Retro Duo portable.
Yeah. Let's try again. There it is.
It works. What do you know?
There it is. There's Dragon Warrior. And how about Top Gun? Let's plug that in. One of my favorite pilot games. Well, I'm debating between. I'm debating between this game and the overall competitor. Sky Shark, basically, not Skylanders. What am I talking about? Sky Shark.
Skylanders is the Spyro game.
I'm sorry!
It's super popular and addicting Spyro game that neither of us have ever played.
So let's see if Top Gun will run.
Oh, what's going on? Oh. Nice, it works.
Alright, there's Top Gun. Yeah, like the soundtrack.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's just start up the game and show you what it is.
Oh. We got a Jed's getting ready for launch. Oh.
It's a first-person perspective.
Oh. Oh, that's cool.
Come on.
Smooching. It's in here. Yep, it's in here. Whoa, ain't coming.
I can't play in that position, but it works.
It works.
It's a little hard to get this one out as well.
Huh. Uh,
Dang it.
I thought the Retro Pro would have such a tight grip.
There.
There we go. It's out.
All right. There. We won't be showing Super Metroid because, that game is.
Didn't you already show it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't show Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World running on the unit by itself. Games come out really easily for Super Nintendo titles. Let's start it on.
Is it already? Yeah. There it is. So I wonder if we could try plugging in the controller adapter. Maybe I could try playing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I want to make a little joke about this. So, you plug this adapter in. So, here's my scenario for this adapter. So, you can take this unit over to your friend's house. You can plop it up on this stand, basically, this little stand. You can plug it in to the adapter, basically, and you can plug in to the Retro Duo Portable, stand it up, and you can hook it up. You can hook it up to your sleeping bags, but you can put it right by your sleeping bags, and you can just play Super Nintendo games all night while it's beside your two sleeping bags, basically. So, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. So, there's Mario All-Stars. Yeah,
Which game is this? Which game in the Mario All-Stars? Oh, Mario World, yes!
Yeah. Yeah, so that works. So, alright. Now, let's get into some more classic games.
Yeah.
The Super Game Boy.
Yeah. See how this works?
Alright. Even though it's a little greasy on the back, but this thing has been used. Hold on. Just to make sure. There. Let's try out a very special game that maybe will not work on the Super Boy, but maybe it will. I don't know. But this is Oracle of Ages, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So let's try it out. Alright, let's see if this will work.
Well, I hope it does.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like it fits pretty well.
Oh, it does fit really well. Alright, here it goes.
Yes! Oh, no!
Yep. This game does not work on the Super Boy, on the Super Game Boy.
Oh well.
Oh well.
You tried.
We tried. about... Whoa.
Ooh, don't want to drop the games. Don't want to drop the games.
How about Pokemon Blue?
Sorry that this one doesn't have a picture.
Alright, plug it in, turn it on.
Is that what works? Ugh.
Yeah.
I hear a. It's
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's a little weird on the Game Boy side, but yeah, but at least Pokemon works.
Yeah, at least it actually works.
At least it actually works. The ultimate game on the Game Boy. The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, basically. So don't get confused of A Link to the Past being on the Game Boys, because I know this is the same shape as A Link to the Past, but it's
Same art.
same art, but no. So let's see if this game will run on, yeah, let's turn the volume down a little bit low. It's a little hard to adjust the volume on this thing, but there.
I'm guessing it'll probably sound better if you've plugged in headphones.
Yeah, but my standard headphones that I use with all my videos, they sound like crap on this thing.
Ugh.
What do you know? Link's Awakening.
Oh, it's still got that.
Actually, it sounds natural.
Huh.
Yeah. Alright, well, what do you know? Link's Awakening does work.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I fell down a hole basically, but yeah. So Link's Awakening does work. I'm very happy about that. And last game that we want to try on this unit is for the Game Boy games, Mario Land.
Oh. Well, I'm actually kind of excited for this one. What?
Oh. That just reminded me of that one soundtrack, PVG's gameplay of his favorite dungeon music.
Oh yeah. There it goes. That sounds a little better.
So Mario Land does work. So yeah.
Nice.
All right. Now we're gonna get a little bit more advanced on the channel.
Oh yeah. Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance. Just in case it crashes. Pokemon Ruby. Plug it in, turn it on, see what we got. It's a little weird, but yeah, it's been in the Retro Duo for a while.
Here it goes.
There it goes.
I didn't know Ruby had the same exact title thing as Sapphire. I didn't know that.
Alright, so I might get one of these basically because I don't have it yet.
Right now he's using mine.
Yeah.
This is my property. Even though he bought it for me.
Yeah. Alright. There is Pokemon. Let's take the game out. Put it over here.
Next up.
Our favorite game that we love to play all the time. The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap.
See how this works. I like how Minish Cap was also made by Capcom.
Oh my gosh! Wait. Well, that's weird.
What?
That's weird.
Does it still have?
No, it does have different files on it.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, but it works. We don't want to spoil ourselves, but yeah, let's just go into a separate game. Let's just type in LW for an example. Oh, that's why, because it's a different cartridge. Okay.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's the Minish Cap. All right. So that was all of the gameplay footage that we were brought to you by on the Lincoln Williams Show. So we're gonna be doing our overall thoughts. The one main gripe that I have with this system is when you turn it on, you can see that little pixel right there, and sometimes it's kind of distracting while you're doing gameplay footage, but it's not that as bad when you're playing all these old games. Some of the games look fantastic while that sprite is going on, but so yeah, that's my only gripe with this system.
Honestly, you would think it's only a minor.
It's a minor
inconvenience.
gripe. It's a minor gripe, basically. So what is your overall thoughts on the overall system? Here you go.
Honestly, it feels really good, and the buttons really do work very, very nicely.
Yeah, yeah, it's
The volume the volume, it's really hard to it's hard to change the like when you're turning it to like from low volume to full volume, it's pretty easy, but when you're trying to like only turn it down just a little bit, it's kind of hard.
yeah,
But overall, I love it.
what is your rating?
I would give this Retro Duo Portable a
Since
8 out of 10.
Well, since it overall worked with all the adapters, since with the Game Boy you can play Pokemon for 8 hours straight, and the retro advanced adapter, basically. This system overall, this system has excellent compatibility. It will play all my Super Nintendo games, my NES games, but it will not work with. But it will not work with Game Boy Color games, and that was a little disappointing. The reason why this will not work is just because it's an overall different game. A Link's Awakening has the DX chip, and it'll translate into the Game Boy version if you play it on a Super Game Boy, basically. But I'm very pleased that all my Game Boy games that did work on it, that it was very shocking indeed to figure that out. So the controls are really good, and you have a contrast button right here, and all that stuff that's going into the system, and plus you can play your old favorite
Yes.
NES games, basically, which I'm trying to get Christopher to buy some of these, because he's not a fan of the NES, but I am, but he has the Retro Duo. He has the standard Retro Duo. Yeah. So my overall thoughts. What type of gamer are you? Are you a type of gamer who is always on the go, who is always looking for something to do on the go for 8 hours at a time? I mean, do you really want to play all your Super Nintendo games and your regular Nintendo games on the go, and your Game Boy Advance, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the, and don't forget Sega Genesis.
Yep.
And there has been a huge debate on which system is better, and you don't have to have a debate over this system while playing Sega Genesis games or Super Nintendo games. They are equally matched if you get this system. Basically, if you if you're gonna play Sega Genesis games, that's great. If you're gonna on the go, if you already have a Sega Nomad, basically the Sega Nomad ate batteries like crazy. But if you want to save a large portion of batteries, this thing will do it for you, basically. So, get the Sega Genesis adapter
The retro gen.
the retro gen, basically. So yeah, the retro gen get the retro gen for this because
So
this
you
is
can
gonna
play your Sega Genesis games.
so you can play your Sega Genesis games. And I actually, yeah, a really strong thing about this system is I just love playing my Super Nintendo games while I'm in bed, basically. If I don't want to get up or if I don't want to go to my hangout room to play on my Retron 5, I can easily play this. Just get up, grab a game, go sleep for a little bit, then wake up, play a little bit of Legend of Zelda on this. It's just overall great. It's a great system for that, basically. So, and it's great for travel. It's great for everything that you throw at this thing, and it also comes with um, where is it? The overall. I thought these were gonna be a little. I thought the AB cables were gonna be a little crappy. Well, there. Oh yeah, and there's one minor gripe. Um, Not with the AB cables, but the overall sound quality on the NES. I thought it was gonna be better than the standard Retro Duo, but some games just don't sound all that great since Castlevania 2. Castlevania 2 still has that scratchy import on it, basically, but that's okay. I mean, it's just Castlevania 2. Castlevania 3 will not work on this, so yeah, it's a little disappointing, but
Castlevania games don't seem. Castlevania 3 doesn't seem to work on any like retro clone system.
except for the Retro Duo and the Retron 5, basically.
Really?
And the Super 8, basically.
Oh.
The Super 8 is another system that we can talk about during another video. But all said and done, this system gets a 9 out of 10 for me because it is the best portable Super Nintendo like on the planet, basically.
Can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that. And stay tuned for more of us doing the next part, doing the next episode on the Lincoln Williams Show, and that is going to be the top 5 NES and SNES clone systems,
Ooh.
basically. So stay tuned for that. So this thing gets a 9 out of 10, even though it doesn't have any save state features or cheat codes. This is still a worthy purchase of your time, basically. And I've enjoyed many hours out of it. And the battery life on this thing is way, way, way ahead of its time when the Game Boy first launched. Oh yeah, isn't that cool? You can see all of our reflections in one camera.
This screen is so reflective. I can.
It's so reflective. So that is the overall review of the Retro Duo Portable. You can pick one up for $76 to $85. I got mine for $85, and it's very well built. It's very well built. So I just love it. I love this thing to pieces. But you already know who's gonna win over. Well, that's for another video, basically. So, anyways, thanks again for watching, and we will be back someday.
Someday.
YouTubers.